Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Inner Conquest, the world's greatest modern metaphysics channel. I'm your host, Jacob Edens, and today we are going to be discussing two topics. One being the metaphysical concept of what it means to actually have something. And then additionally, we're going to tail end this video with fasting and regeneration, one of my favorite topics of all time. So let's dive in. So when we talk about metaphysics, right? Metaphysics is important to understand. Because what does metaphysical mean? Metaphysical means under the physical, right? Hidden physics. Like if you have a thought and you can turn it into a thing, that is operating off of a metaphysical principle, right? What you would call a spiritual mechanic, not a spiritual ideation, but a mechanistic reality that can be manipulated and repeated, right? So understanding what it means to have is essentially understanding what it means to possess an energy field of being, right? So when you have something and you're a have-not, you are aware of a lack type of thing, right? So I am having a cup of coffee right here, right? I have it in my hand. There's an energetic vibrational reality of presence there. I'm aware of the presence of it, right? So when I have something, I am aware of the presence. So when you have reality itself, right, you want to understand base fundamental reality, right? And this is not to go into etheric, amorphous concepts. This is real mechanistic reality, okay? When you die, your body falls over and you're no longer in your body, okay? So when you understand that you are not your body, you're in your body, what are you? You are a metaphysical being. What does metaphysical mean? Hidden reality, hidden physical, metaphysical. You are physical inside another overlaid physical reality, okay? When you die, how effective is your body? Your body is zero effective. It is ant food, right? Your body cannot do anything without you, okay? Because it is exactly shaped to what you could call your soul form. Your soul form is in your body. How do you know that? Well, if you want to watch NDEs, near-death experiencers, or out-of-body experiencers, the common theme in all of these different things is that they are physical. Oh my God, I'm looking at my body. I'm physical. What the fuck? Portal, white light, what the fuck, right? Similar to a lucid dream, but you're physical and it's real, okay? Inserted into a body. So when I'm quote unquote manifesting a cup of coffee, what am I doing? I'm using the innate spiritual principle of my beingness to create, because remember, we are creator beings. That's what we do. If you want to give us a job, that's the only job we really have. It's not even a job, it's just who we are. If I create a cup of coffee in a lucid dream, it pops in right here, okay? Now you got to remember, what's the situation? You're you covered in a physical reality, meaning that you are a soul that's physical in a physical body. You're not an amorphous thing that fucking moves around. You have structure, you have intent, you have creative ability. And anybody that tells you otherwise is trying to get you to forget that so that they can control you and program you with whatever they want, right? Just get rid of your ego. We're all energy. Fuck you. We're not just all energy. We're individualized souls that have preferences and ideas about shit. Get used to it, okay? So when you are in a physical reality, a simulation, if you will, right? Where you go into a body like an Iron Man suit and you want to manifest a cup of coffee, what do? You operate on your real self, right? So identifying as the soul piloting the body that is a one-to-one replica of your body, right? Your body is a perfect mold to how your soul looks. When you manifest a cup of coffee, in the same way that your body is a perfect externalized wrapped sheathed version of your soul, you hold an energetic imprint of that cup of coffee. Now, in this reality, it's what is called a keyed down reality, which is a slower reverberative reality. And if you look at frequency, higher oscillating frequency means faster results. So if you're in a lucid dream, that's a high vibrational reality because boom, cup of coffee's here. Here, you hold that frame, and then it has to do essentially what it does is it clothes itself in this reality, which pulls an external form to meet that internal vibrational resonance. Okay? Remember, your body is physical. Your soul body is physical, and it's shaped exactly the way that you want it. The only thing that happens that messes anybody up, and when you become quote unquote soulless, is you forget that you're a soul driving the body, right? When you forget that, you just identify with the external shell, and then your body becomes what you perceive as you, which makes you extremely vulnerable, okay? When you look at facades and take them at face value, and you don't have the understanding of metaphysics, the hidden physics, the real you, because this is a illusionary realm, right? It's meant to make you forget that, meant to wipe your memories when you come in here, meant to make you forget how you create, meant to make you essentially go external to do everything. So you let yourself off the hook for remembering this. You're not learning this, you're remembering this, okay? When you quote unquote manifest, what is the definition of manifest? Unseen to seen. You're operating on your actualized self from a spiritual, physical soul self. So when I hold a fourth dimensional thought of a cup of coffee in a higher realm that exists, as physical as this cup of coffee and more real than this cup of coffee, okay? In this realm, when I hold my fixed attention on that, while I'm holding that, this entire universe is coordinating different mechanisms that are out of my periphery to bring into my reality that cup of coffee of which I am possessing, okay? So when you are a haver, what you are is understanding that through spiritual mechanistic law, the way that you have things is you go into what is called your fourth dimensional reality and you possess them without question through energetic conscious claim, okay? Because this world is reacting to it, and this world is an overlaid world of the real world, right? So if you are trying to just manipulate the surface level of the world, that's what it means to be surface level. You're just trying to take everything at face value, the sheer tiniest elemental aspect of the real reality, which is essentially just the coat of paint around it. You're taking the coat of paint as the truth, when the actual substrata of creation is that beingness and awareness of having, right? You can do this very easily, presumably because of the way that this place is programmed to have what you don't want. And it's really calibrated to focus your awareness on not having. The reason that you understand metaphysics and how to create through your beingness is because you can never be impoverished from that. If you understand how to manipulate reality and control reality through using your fucking mind, it's game over. There's nobody that can control you anymore because you understand the mechanistic law of how things are brought into reality from creation itself, right? And that's even too like, creation itself. No, it's just literal being aware of having it and understanding your true self, which is not the body, it's the person in the body. That's why if your friend dies, how fun is it to go hang out with their body? No, you hang out with your friend, right? Who's in the body. So you are in the body. When you possess something, you don't possess that thing physically. You have an idea that it's yours. Your car is not attached to you outside. Your pair of pants is not attached to you. But what do you say? You go, that's my pair of pants. That's my car. That's this. That's my house. How is it you? It's not glued to you. So you have some type of metaphysical conception of an identity that possesses that. Now, that possession may be based on conditions. Well, it's mine because I pay for it all the time. Okay? That's your rule. The rule is have or have not. So when you start to have, you build an internal self-conception of having what you want all the time. And you exclusively operate within the bandwidth of I always have what I want. Money, have more than enough. Freedom, have more than enough. Body, I have my dream body. My state, I'm in a peak state 24/7. How do I feel? I have a great feeling experience. And you calibrate your entire existence to having what you want. Because when you're in hell, what's the situation? Oh, I'm so thirsty. I can't find any water. There's no water. I'm in identity, projecting, awareness, aware of not having, right? But this is an illusionary reality because what happens in a real reality, a lucid reality, I have a cup of coffee, boom, it's there. Here I go, I have a cup of coffee, boom, it's there, fourth dimensionally. It's real, it's done. The universe is now coordinating itself to wrap that thought in what you would call third dimensional reality, okay? That's the illusion of this place. That's what you think of as a time delay. You create it real in a fourth dimensional reality. That's why Neville says, feel it real, right? You feel into the realness of it. This reality, because it wipes your memory, because it has to wrap it in a third dimensional cloth, and additionally, the extra layer of fuckery about this place is I hold that cup of coffee, it's going to show up in a way that I don't know how it shows up. It means that I'm going to go outside and be like, oh, I left my cup of coffee outside and now it's in my fucking hand. Or, oh, I opened a gift on my birthday and there's my cup of coffee, right? Like, it's essentially designed to make you think that that thing comes from somewhere else other than yourself, which is meant to disempower you. So you can't fall for that trick anymore once you're too smart for it. That's really good English. So, number one, when you are aware that you're a being in a soul, boom ba da ba da, you're a master creator. This place is trying to trick you when you hold frequencies to make you think that it's not working and also that it comes from somewhere else. You know the two plays that it tries to play on you. So you're deprogramming yourself to fall for those plays, okay? You are a primary cause, okay? You're either powerful or you're not. Just decide. Are you powerful or are you not? Just decide, okay? Because what'll happen is you're gonna wean, like a fucking drug addiction, all of the belief in your secondary cause, okay? But if you don't do this, then you can't have this. Who fucking decided that? I decided that. Who decided that? I decided that, okay? So when you do that, your old awareness is gonna push out as it's falling away from you. And that's why when you walk on water, you just fucking walk. You don't go, how am I walking on water? How's this gonna work? Because the second you do that, you're not walking on water. I have a cup of coffee. I have a cup of coffee. Wait, it's not here. How's it gonna come? Actually, I've never seen, oh, you've lost the bandwidth, okay? That's what focus is. Focus is defined as selective ignorance. So when I focus on something, I have a cup of coffee, but you don't have fuck you. No, blinder, boom. Focused, okay? You focus, you create, you think, you become. 2 jobs. Only thing you got to do. Only things you got to do. Think about being the version you want to do, or you want to be all day. I am this person. I'm fucking sexy. Right? Thinking I am the person I want to be. It's the only job. Thinking as if you are the person you want to be right now, fourth dimensionally. Focusing on having what you want. I have this. I have that. I have that. How do you have it? Because you claim it in consciousness. Why do you claim it in consciousness? Because consciousness is the real reality that's understructured and has the illusionary overlay over it, okay? I am in a physical body, right? Somebody says, oh, that's Jacob. They look at me, right? and they see my body, but they really read my energy signature. That's really how they know I'm there. If you really think about it, if you see a dead person on the ground, you go, wait, that's Jason's body, right? Jason's not here anymore. He's already gone. See what I'm saying? So work on understanding the real reality as your metaphysical fourth dimensional self that has an overlay, or what you could call like a handicap or a governor, which is an illusionary, slowed down, reverberative overlay over it that makes you want to think that it's the real reality or primary cause, okay? Because once you start thinking as if you are who you want to be and having what you want to have exclusive, your whole energy field, your whole beingness, your whole conscious state starts to lock into that. Okay. In the same way that you can lock into depression, or you can lock into poverty, or you can lock into whatever. Okay. You lock into being the person you want to be and having what you want to have exclusive. Everything else, bullshit, doesn't matter, because you're the person who's got to live with you all day, every day. So if you don't have internally the reality that you want, you could have 100 fucking girlfriends and it's going to be shit because you still have the rock in your shoe. Watch the rock in your shoe video if you don't understand what that primary cause issue can be. Okay. You could have $1 billion and you're still miserable because your state's all fucked up, right? So understanding your state is of the utmost importance because it's your real self, and it's also the self that you take with you when you die, okay? So when you really get into crafting that internal world the way that you want it to be, you understand that through law, the external world has to wrap itself in that third dimensional reality. So you don't really care what it is right now. You care about the thing that's creating that, right? And then that puts you in power position, because if you fix all the shit that's creating all the problems, then you don't need to go and solve the problems, right? It's like if you have a fire and it's burning down your house and you're like, oh my God, we got to build a new house inside this house because we're not going to be protected from the outside elements. This fire keeps burning, so we got to keep building this house. No, dude, just throw water on the fucking fire, right? Like, just cleanse that shit, okay? Second aspect, fasting and regeneration. When you start to become internally fulfilled, meaning that you want something, you immediately adopt the energetic identifying stance and awareness of having it, you begin to fast from all the bullshit, okay? As you begin to fast on a physical level, okay, the less that you need from the external world and the more internally you begin to propel and fill yourself, your body can begin to heal and regenerate and become a better computer. Your body is a battery and a computer and a piece of technology, okay? So what that means is that you're in this body. It's a battery, it's a computer, it's a system, okay? So when your system's gunked up, you are fine. Your soul body is perfect and normal and healthy. And when you die, you're going to be physical. You're going to snap your fingers and go, I'm a purple dragon, or I'm a healthy 25-year-old, whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay. While you're here, you're dealing with this dog shit overlay that fucking coats you. Okay. So what makes you limited? Well, the physical body is a prism that encompasses your soul. Okay. So when it's all gunked up all the time, your movement and your capabilities are restricted because of the system being bogged down, okay? So when you fast and you repair yourself, you reorganize and restructure and essentially update your body to be at the level that you want it to be, okay? So fasting is really, really good, right? Because you're essentially, when you eat something, you're devoting your blood. Your stomach uses 30% of your blood supply to break down, metabolize, reorchestrate, restructure, and upload all of the organic components into your structural mechanism, okay? So there's a deconstruction, reconstruction process every time you eat, okay? When you fast, you are taking that 30% of your blood supply, you are circulating it, and you are cleaning out dead cells, old shit from your body, okay? Additionally, you're activating genes that re-heal yourself. So if you're healing yourself, think about this, right? If you're working on a steam train, and the steam train has an engine that's old, and you're refurnishing the engine internally, okay? You're making it legit. You're bringing it up to 2025 standards. But someone keeps throwing fucking coal in the engine and slamming the brakes and going back and forth, and you're like trying to fucking hammer nails, and the thing is like going crazy, and it's hot and it's on fire, and they're blowing the horn 20 times a day. You're like, holy shit. Okay? Your body, when it's fasting, is taking all of that stuff that it uses to metabolize, deconstruct, reconstruct into your body, and it is repairing and regenerating things. Okay? So if you don't feel too hot, fast a lot. And the best thing is that you can get coffee with ghee butter or some type of MCT oil, and you will not be hungry. Have a cup of coffee or two. Have bone broth. Have water with electrolytes in it, because you're a battery. Water with electrolytes is fucking awesome for batteries. So get those things through, cleanse your system, and as you begin to cleanse your system, your body's not so in your face all the time, right? And you can really get that standard deviation to where you begin to feel your soul form. That's who you want to identify with. You want to identify with the soul form in the body, right? Think of it like phantom limb. Somebody gets their arm cut off, they're like, I can still feel my hand. That's because they still have a fucking hand. They're just in a reality that is sheathed and overlaid in what you would call a third dimensional illusionary type of aspect, because we're fucking crazy people who like to come here and have our memories wiped and do all sorts of shit. Okay? So as you begin to identify with that body, you fast, you clean up your system, you understand the real reality, and that this whole thing is meant to say, ooh, but Jason gave you the cup of coffee. That's why that happened. No, you held the fucking freeze frame. You held you were the identity that has it, and you didn't fucking waver. Now you got it, okay? So I love you guys. Go conquer. And additionally, if you want to do coaching, the Linktree has the option for the protocols as well as one-off things. And I already said it, but fuck it. Let's say it again. More important than any of that, go conquer, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.